What's up guys, Rocks here, back with another video. Today, this one is about ranking bendy characters. Before I get started, I'd like to say none of these ads that are being shown belong to me, and I'm not advertising any of this stuff, obviously. Um, I personally would not click on any of these links. Uh, I recommend you guys don't either. I'd love to close them, but I don't have an ad blocker to do that. So, yeah, don't click on any links that say get free Robux. Yeah, okay, thanks. So, today we're going to be ranking bendy characters because, yeah, I love bendy. Now, you may see a little something appear if for some reason the screen is very blurry. Which I really hope it's not, but you may see a specific name of a specific character. Don't mind that for now. We'll talk about it when we get to him. Okay, yeah, just making sure I can see my cursor. Um, so, anyways, let's get started. First off, we got, is it Allison Pendle? Yeah, I think it's Allison Pendle. Honestly, not one of my favorites. I don't like her too much. I'm gonna have to put her in. I don't think there's a single character I'm gonna put in D tier. Okay, maybe there's a single character I'm gonna put in D tier, but not many. I don't know who this is. I think this is like that cult leader guy in Dark Revival that like is in the sewers. Honestly, D tier. Like I don't know who he is, honestly. Um yeah, I haven't played fully through Dark Revival. So that's probably that might change my ranking a little bit. So next we got Audrey. I don't see any ink Audrey on here, so I'm just gonna assume this is like Audrey, because we have like two Joeys here, so I don't know what that's about. Um, yeah, talking about that, I'm pretty sure this is like every bendy character. I can't think of one that's not on here. Maybe Boris? No, Boris is on here. And there's Tom, there's Alice, there's freaking Susie, there's all the Butcher gang. Is there all the yeah, there's all the Butcher gang. I think they're all here. So if there's anyone who's like your favorite bendy character or any bendy character you can think of, other than like the characters and the tapes, which we don't really have like a face for the name, that you don't see, let me know, and I'll just like reply to your comment saying, "Hey, I'd put them here." Um, anyways, Audrey, I just got a text message. I'll check that out later. Anyways, Audrey, I'm gonna put her above Alice, mainly a little biased because you play as her. Not quite S tier though. The Beast Bendy. This isn't the Ink Demon. This isn't Ink Bendy. This isn't Bendy. This is Beast Bendy because the Ink Demon is over here, and Ink Bendy I'd say is the Ink Demon from the first game. Who is texting me? Guys, give me a second. I'm getting text. I'm getting texts. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry about that. Might cut that out. So next up, Bendy. Why is it? Wait, no, I didn't rank. I didn't rank Beast Bendy. I love the Ink Demon design from Dark Revival. But the Beast Bendy design, like the one you play as at the end of the game, not too good. I might keep it down in B tier. I'll change my mind later, maybe. Anyways, Little Bendy, S tier, obviously. He's so cute. You get to like follow him around in that city. Betty. See, I haven't gotten here yet in the game, and last time I actually watched like a full playthrough of Dark Revival was when it came out. So I might have to put Betty top of A tier because I remember she's really nice to you. Anyways, Boris, another S tier. Um, yeah, I just love Boris. So this is Fisher, I think. What is going on? Why has the sprites like doing that? Okay, well, Fisher. I really hate all the Butcher Gang. I think they're all gonna go to C. Also, obviously, this one's gonna be a short video. Seen as, you know, I only have one thing to rank, unless you guys want me to do that Hollow Knight enemy and character tier list, which just like let me know in the comments. That's probably gonna be a longer video, probably like 10-15 minutes for the whole tier list. Anyways, uh like girl ink lost one that you fight, also C tier under Fisher, because Fisher is like a known character. This is kind of just random worker. Not even a gent worker, because gent workers are all turned into Boris. Just like a random artist, I guess, because they're in artist's rest. Who knows? Anyways, the boy one, I like the boy one more because the girl one always kills me. I don't know why, but there's like a bunch of them, but they're kind of all the same. What? There's like something at the top of their head. I don't really know what that is. I'm just not gonna rank these three. So yeah, then Henry. Henry, obviously you gotta put him in S tier. Henry's perfect. You play as Henry. I love what they did with his design. They, sorry, I just hit my mic. But they could have ruined him so much in Dark Revival by just not giving him a good design. But they honestly did it perfect. He looks exactly like what he sounds like, and I'm excited to play as him again in Bendy the Cage, which, by the way, whatever that comes out, I don't know, it says sometime this year, but they also said that, like, in 2024, so, let's hope it comes out this year. Anyways, when it does come out, I'm probably going to be live streaming my first playthrough. I'm going to play it as soon as it comes out. Anyways, the Ink Demon, put him right next to Henry, above Lil Bendy. Honestly, Lil Bendy under Boris. This is like chapter 3 Boris I'm thinking of, not just like a random Boris. Young Joey Drew flashback hallucination. I'm gonna put him in B. Old Joey Drew, not flashback, not hallucination. C, above Fisher. The Keepers, cool concept, cool character, high B. Not much to say there. Yeah, I guess Joey is alright. I'm not a big fan of Joey, honestly. He just looks like Walt Disney. And honestly, if J.K. Simmons doesn't play him in the Bendy movie, I don't know who will. Spider Ding. I'm not excited to fight this. I have intense arachnophobia, and oh god, I can't even handle like a daddy long legs. Charlie, or the Piper. He's probably my favorite member of the Butcher Gang. I'm just gonna grab the spider one right here. This is my ranking of the Butcher Gang members, and I'm not gonna separate them because they're all together. Old Joey goes behind them, honestly. Because, like, say, if you take these, like, even the Searchers, too, just all these basic enemies that you fight during the game, and, like, during both games that you fight, you got, like, the Searchers and the Butcher Gang that you usually fight, like, around Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, and, like, Chapter 2, Chapter 3 of Bendy. I don't think you fight I don't think you fight anything except for Boris in Chapter 4. But in chapter 5, obviously the little not search the lost ones get introduced as enemies too, along with the searchers. But they're just not as memorable because they don't have distinct character designs. Even in Ink Machine, just Bendy and Ink Machine, there was not like this one with the longer hair and like the more feminine body. It was just like the male looking one, and they all looked just like Sammy Lawrence without a mask, and they all looked the same. It's they're just not as memorable as the Butcher Gang, which have like personalities. They have like cartoon names. They are just so. Honestly, I put them in C. Do I put them? I don't feel like I could put them any higher. But like, yeah, I'm not sure. I might move them later. Anyways, Porter. He looks like an action figure in this picture. If you guys don't see him too well, but Porter. I'm gonna put you above Betty. I said above Betty. Betty, could you move behind him, please? Thank you. Oh God, my throat. Oh, I love Porter. He gives you the, I guess you could call it port ability, like the dash teleport ability. It's really nice. It's pretty useful. You use it in the game. I don't really know how he gives it to you, but you know, if it wasn't mapped to right mouse bumper, I might have put him higher. But honestly, Border, you should have mapped it to F. Do you use F for anything else? No. Even Q would have worked, honestly. Um, Sammy Lawrence. We all know we're putting him in D tier, worst character in the game. No, he is. He's honestly my favorite character. Not only does he have a great design, but the way he speaks, the way he like, not only is he like super muscular, you can like see his muscles, but like his rant at the start of chapter at the start of not the start, the end of chapter 2, like the way he speaks, the way he's like monologuing, um and his backstory. I made a lore short on him. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already, or maybe that's where you came from. You saw that video and you clicked on my channel, and now you're watching this. But he's my favorite character. I swear, every time I make a video and I talk so much, my throat gets so dry. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Ugh. Um, yeah, so basically, Sammy's just like one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. I went as him for Halloween one year. It was like 2 years ago. But I even like every time I go to a con or like a Comic Con, like a convention, I'll dress up as Sammy Lord. So I'll put together my Sammy Lord's cosplay. Um, I made a mask. I honestly, I might put a little video if I haven't already. Um, yeah, he's just his backstory. Obviously, like he was the music director for Joey Drew Studios, and then he did he like he was so obsessed with his work, and he started like consuming the ink, or it started like getting on his skin, and then it's just so perfect the way he doesn't worship Bendy because he thinks Bendy is like a god. He worships Bendy out of fear, like that it's his only escape, you know? Just I love like cult leader characters. That sounds weird, but I feel Sammy's where I get it. It's mainly just Sammy. But I just love Sammy. They did him so dirty in Dark Revival. Coming off of Sammy, like my favorite character is the Searcher. Oh, the Searcher goes behind all of these guys. Also, um, none of these characters are bad. I don't hate any of these characters, except for one. Um, but anything I put in, like, excuse me, D tier, it doesn't mean I dislike them. It just means they're at the bottom of my favorites, you know? Because I hate to say it, like, obviously it's not. But in my opinion, Bendy is such like a perfect game. The story, um, everything else. You know, the gameplay isn't the best, but I just love Bendy. Anyways, I don't even know this guy's name. Um, but he goes above Joey, behind Beast Bendy. He's basically the final boss fight of Dark Revival, but like he's not that memorable. You know, when you think Bendy, you think Henry or Sammy or Boris or like even Bendy, but like you don't think of this guy. Anyways, up next, we're gonna add row below, and then don't mind that I accidentally pulled up my tabs. Dark Pit of Hell. And we're gonna make this orange because I hate orange. No hate to orange lovers. I fucking hate this thing. Why does it jump scare you when you're least expecting it? Bendy's horror was never really about jump scares. That's actually a lie. The first horror element in the game is being jump scared by the ink demon in chapter 1. And then they jump scare you a few more times. But they don't rely on jump scares. But this thing, I should have never let it out of that box. Why did I do that? It's the thumbnail for Bendy and the Dark Revival Part 4. But I literally said, I swear to God, if I get jump scared in Bendy and the Dark Revival Part 4, then not even a second later, I got jump scared by this thing. I didn't scream, at least. Oh, but I just hate it so much. Obviously, I don't hate it, but like I hate it. You guys know what I mean? I love it, but I hate it. Anyways, this thing, D tier. It's completely optional to find, and then Tom just comes in and riding it at the end. I don't know. Tom. Oh, Tom. I don't know how to feel about Tom. Tom can't go in S tier. I'm sorry, Tom. You're just such a hater. That's all you do is hate. Because, you know, in chapter 5, he like pushes your bowl of bacon soup onto the ground. Come on, man. That should land you under whatever this thing's name is. And then he kills Sammy Lawrence. But I love his robot arm. Allison Pendle. Another great character. Also above Porter. You know, she is. I've seen a lot of people who say she was one of their first childhood crushes, which I completely get. But I have another love. Anyways, little spider things. We're putting them behind the mob. nothing to say here, honestly. Um, I always forget his fucking name. Wilson. Is it Wilson? I think it's Wilson. Worse than why is Joey Drew behind this thing? Honestly, I like the Butcher Gang more than him. Now that I think about it, the Butcher Gang is getting moved up here, and this thing is getting moved down here. Is it like Dewey? I swear it's Dewey. I don't know. Anyways, that's basically all of them because these are literally just the same things. I guess they're slightly different, but this list was Bendy and the Dark Revival tiering attack potency tier list maker. I'm not too sure what that meant, but like, you know, I kind of just used it to rank the characters. Anyways, this is my final tier list, if you were wondering. Um, Hopefully I don't make a clickbait thumbnail where I put Joey Drew in S tier and Say Lords in D tier. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure to drink some ink.